listening to Tales of the Forsaken, a live play fake board game by Noble Jester Productions.
Welcome, listener, to our Season 2 finale. We're excited to be here. Please make sure you stick around till the end for our Season 2 epilogue. Thanks.
Your army is pouring around this now caldera, volcano that Heartfang is sitting in the center of, and starting to engage with his reserve unit. You feel like that's not really going to be a challenge. Heartfang himself here is the challenge. You have managed to keep him distracted with these barrels of Ectin, but you're going to pretty quickly run out of Ectin if your catapults keep that up.
Okay. Here's my thought. So if I feel like our forces are doing well enough, I had 20 dragons that came in with me at this fight. How many do I have left?
I'd say you probably have about half of the dragons still.
Okay.
So you probably have you and 10 dragon.
Okay. So I will, once I start engaging, I'm going to yell out, "Dragons with me!" And I'm going to start flying towards Heartfang. And hopefully I, with the help of the rest of these dragons, are enough.
Okay. All right. So Heartfang is there in the center, and as you focus on him, his gaze kind of focuses on you, and he just roars at you, and he goes ahead and releases just this massive column of flame at you, which, assuming you absorb with the chalice, which doesn't seem like it even phases him, and he's going to pick up and throw several large flaming chunks of rock and earth at your group of dragons that are flying at him. So
Okay.
he's going to go ahead and make an attack against your group. That is a 10. So
Okay.
So he flings these rocks, and he picks probably 3 of these dragon out of the sky and just smashes them into the ground. You're not sure if they're alive or dead, but your group comes in close enough that you can actually engage with Heartfang. You're up.
Okay. Man. I'm trying to think of something creative I can do with the chalice to help out here, so it's not just chance and us trying to take him out. What if I try to focus and... Man. Wind's not going to be an issue. I was thinking of just trying to almost he brought this volcanic thing up. What if I try to create essentially kind of like a earthquake and splitting the ground open, hopefully starting to pull his volcano down back into the earth.
Yeah, you can definitely accomplish that. That would be more of destruction than creation. So it's going to take, a lot more effort and magic from you to do something like that. But yeah, you can.
Yeah, because I feel like he took out 3 dragons just from him being able to sit there and hurl these flaming boulders at us. I should deal with that.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll. And he's gonna, I guess, technically oppose you, but, well, no, actually, I don't think it necessarily is going to be an opposed check. I'll just set a difficulty for that.
Okay.
Probably a 4.
And I rolled a 5.
Okay. All right, so you focus and start to split the earth open, and more lava, is pouring out. He's kind of sitting on a platform with this lava radiating all around him, and it splits right underneath him and then starts to kind of shake and almost descend into the ground. He is going to focus, and all of this lava begins to pool and pour in towards him, almost like as he's descending into the ground, all of the lava kind of that's been pouring out reverses course and begins to pour into this descending area with him.
Okay. Oh boy.
And that's what he's doing, so you're up.
Are we all close enough to be able to get to him before he goes again to try to physically attack him?
If you want to, I mean, now he's descending into the earth in a hole with lava pouring in. You know, if you want to fly into that, you can. Yeah.
That's scary. Yeah, we'll try to do this for like a round. Like, get in, attack him, get out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you're sending everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, why don't you go ahead and, and roll for yourself. You fly into this, and you're probably going to be... I'm going to probably give him a boost because just this lava is pouring down around him, pooling around him, and it doesn't seem to be injuring him whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be probably relatively damaging to you, although you are a gold dragon, so fire isn't as damaging to you.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in and try to like attack his back, make another sweeping pass. It is a 7 total.
You get a 9.
Jeez. Okay.
So you come in and you try to rake at him, but you're also trying to then be able to exit. And each one of these dragon come in after you and are trying to attack him. I'll go ahead and roll a couple of times for them.
Okay.
All right. One of them does manage to actually score some hits on him. He's going to take 2 points physical stress.
Okay.
But all of the rest are a little hesitant at this point. None of the dragon that you have on your side are anywhere close to as large and ancient and combat, focused as you and Heartfang. As you all are then trying to, because you said you want to kind of fly out of the pit then, right?
Yes.
Okay. As you all are flying out, he roars and this lava explodes out of this pit in just like column of flame and lava, and he's gonna make an attack against you.
This guy. Okay.
While your chalice can absorb magical dragon flame,
Right.
this is not that. This
Right.
is actual physical lava that your chalice is not going to be able to absorb.
That makes sense. Trying to dodge this then.
It's a 9.
Ooh. I rolled a 4.
I would let you sacrifice a dragon, to he hits one of the dragon instead of you, or probably 2 of the dragon instead of you.
Yeah, maybe they're seeing this happen and like they're kind of sacrificing themselves to save me.
Yeah, I mean, I would think you went first with the attack. You're kind of on the lead as you're flying out of this pit, and you manage to avoid it, just kind of carefully avoiding it as 2 more of these dragons just get immolated.
Jeez. So I was at 10, went down to 7, now I'm at 5.
5.
Okay, jeez. Okay. Alright. We did 2 points of physical stress with 10 dragons plus me. Okay. Alright. That's how it happens sometimes.
Yeah. You may want to change your strategy here.
I think so. Okay. Well, seeing that he's absorbing all this, I don't know if we can make another pass into here. I don't even know if I can beat him. Okay, so seeing how ineffective that was and him basically taking out half of the dragons that were with me, and I am not in a physical state to fight him in that sort of way. Oh, I've got to get creative here with the chalice. So I'm probably not going to make some friends with this move. Remembering Rillian's thin borders, things I've talked about with Akhed in the past, and even some of these places of terror. I want to try to focus and open a portal to one of those places right at Heartfang.
All right.
Oh, this is... what am I doing?
Now I gotta think. All right. So you've interacted with these essentially, demonic invaders that you've even helped close one of these portals. Is that specifically where you're trying to open a portal to?
Yeah, I'm trying to send Heartfang into one of those places. Hopefully, I've closed these before. Maybe I can come back and close it later. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have you make a roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make a roll. I'm curious to see the results of the roll, not necessarily for your ability to open a portal, because that's easy, but your ability to control it and not have a whole horde of demons suddenly come pouring through and this campaign change on a dime.
Wow, okay. How did we get here? Okay, is this a will roll?
Yeah, I'd say will with the chalice.
Okay. No pressure here. It's only 2.
Okay. So you are in this moment of almost desperation. I mean, your army has cleaned up his army pretty well, but you have personally faced off against Heartfang several times, not just in recent times, but several times in the past, and you have always lost. He is terrifying, he's brutal, he is the single greatest combatant you've ever faced. And so you swing for the fences. You reach out with the chalice and you rip open Rillian down in that pit where he is. And there's this moment where you are kind of thinking about and focusing on your past cycle and these demonic entities that you faced. And you feel this almost like screaming terror in Rillian as this portal rips open, and you definitely lose control of it.
Oh, yep.
And you hear a roar from Heartfang of surprise and fear, and this lava explodes and he shoots up out of it, and then massive tentacle reaches up and wraps around Heartfang and starts to pull him back in. What are you doing?
Oh man. Oh boy. I mean, I gotta make sure he at least gets pulled into this. I think I want to call in a big lightning blast at him with the chalice from afar, because I don't want to get too close to this and get pulled in myself potentially.
Okay.
So trying to attack him while he's being pulled, hopefully to help this happen.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll for that.
What have I done?
At this point, with how much power and energy you're pouring through you with the chalice, I'm going to say probably add a +4 to your will while you're using the chalice right now.
Okay. So that is... So that's a 6. Oh, wait. Oh, hang on. Is it add 4?
Yeah. On top of what you normally would be rolling.
So it'd be a 6 total.
Okay. He got a 4. So yeah, this lightning blast slams down into Heartfang, and he's tearing at this, tentacle that's wrapped around him. This thing is like fully wrapped around him. It's as clearly attached to a creature that is probably 20 times larger than him at least, and it's continues yanking him down into this thing. He's gonna try to attack it to get away from him.
Okay.
He rips through it, and he's using his claws, and as soon as he gets even the slightest bit kind of loose, his scales kind of stick out a little bit, and fire kind of starts to light up all of his scales, and he starts just spinning, like almost using like his body is like a heated grater, and he spins his way out of this thing, and this tentacle kind of just disintegrates around him. He starts to fly up and out, and another one reaches up and grabs him and starts to pull him down. You're up again.
Okay, I think I want to, with this thing being able to create, I just want to like essentially suck all the earth around and create just a massive, like as big as I can make it, if it's a mountain, if it's possible, and drop this on him.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, he's not gonna defend against this roll. This roll is more about how big the mountain is and how well you
effective,
aim it.
Yeah. Okay. That's a 7 total.
Okay. Yeah, you collect lava and rock, and kind of the world around you is starting to shift and morph as this creator chalice is pulling earth up and collecting it all in one space, and this lava is kind of super cooling into obsidian, and the whole thing then just plummets down at Heartfang and slams into him, and he is carried down into this pit. And you just hear this like agonized scream of frustration from him, and he disappears from sight as this mountain that you've collected explodes as it hits the ground, but a lot of it actually goes down into this pit and kind of plugs it up. But you feel this portal still open in your mind underneath it.
Oh boy.
What are you gonna do?
Do I feel like I can try to close it?
You could try.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Still a will roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Because if I don't close this, Yender's going to come kill me.
If whatever is coming out of it doesn't kill you first.
That's very true. That's very true. Okay. This is stressful. It's a 5.
That was a 12. As this creature that you have suddenly unleashed upon Rillian is actively fighting against you to keep this portal open.
And I don't have Amp with me.
Correct. There is a large amount, you have a large amount of spellcasters in your army that he trained up. Many of them are those kind of like lore keepers like Munt that already had some magical ability that have been trained up and kind of refined, and they've been doing a good amount of work in this battle already.
Do I feel like I can use the chalice to like call out to Yendra?
Yes. I don't know if Verboden would put 2 and 2 together in this moment, but considering everything you know about this chalice, it almost certainly is the source of her power. So it should be pretty easy to connect to her.
Okay, so I will basically like connect to her and show her what's happened, essentially. And I need her help.
Okay.
But while this is happening, and hopefully she's showing up, has my army pretty much defeated the rest of Heartfang's army?
Yeah, there's still some mopping up that's happening, but there's very few of them left.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to open a portal for myself to now go meet up with Amp and that handful of dragon. And I'm going to hold it and wait until Yindra shows up before I step in.
Okay. All right. So you're calling for Mom.
Oh, yeah. Not Mom. An ex.
Sorry, I'm a parent.
Yeah, sure.
My children call for Mom all the time.
Yep.
So. All right. So you feel this connection form, and you shout your plea or command, whichever you prefer, and you just get this almost overwhelming fury that radiates back through this connection at you, and everything around you explodes with this. I mean, you just created an earthquake that was localized. Rillian itself suddenly shakes with Yindra's fury, and you look to the north, and this massive column of light suddenly explodes out, and you feel, kind of through this connection that you formed, you feel Yindra rapidly approaching.
Yeah, so once I see her in physical form, I want to yell out something before I step through the portal.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you see her barreling towards you, and you know that there is this kind of barrier that the dragon's power has created over the haven. And you see her slam through it almost like it was paper, and as it explodes, it just shatters, and it's probably not functional anymore. And you can see channeling behind her in her wake is a horde of her chosen.
Marked.
Yeah.
So as I see her land, I'm standing here with the portal that I'm holding. I'm going to yell out, "You told me to deal with it. Heartfang is dead. Now it's your turn. This is your mess." And I'm going to step into the portal and close it.
All right. So you open this portal. You say that. You watch just this disbelief and fury on Yindra's face as she doesn't even get to respond as you step through this portal into mass combat all around you. The portal closes behind you, and you can see you have stepped into the center of an arena. There's a large portal in front of you that is the one you've kind of, scouted out and interacted with, kind of set on one side of this almost like Colosseum style arena. And just looking around you, for some reason, someone built an actual arena here with this portal on one end. It looks like there was the intention of people sitting and watching, and as people fight whatever comes out of this portal, or some kind of like games or something. And you step into the middle of chaos as Githam is actively leading some troops, and they're descending, kind of descending down the stairs of this arena. And Amp and Ojane and a couple of dragons and the troops that you sent are right there in the center of the arena, with Amp standing right in front of the portal, his hands out, focused on it.
Oh boy. Quickly scanning, do I feel like there's a place I can quickly help my group here?
There are troops kind of that they're actively fighting with, that you could jump into the mix and fight, or Githam herself is, descending on them as well, that you could go fight her. There's definitely quite a bit of, opportunity here.
I think seeing her makes the most sense, so I'm gonna direct my attention to her, and I'm gonna go towards her to attack.
Yeah. Man, I feel like I'm need to take a breath here.
Yeah, dude.
That was not how I planned Heartfang's end to go, that's for sure.
No.
Man, I don't even get to read this that I wrote about Heartfang's death and his body.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Oh, man. All right, so Githam the Wise. You fly at her. Go ahead and make your attack.
Okay.
She is her wings out, and she was running almost, down these steps of the arena, and just leap at her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go for it.
It's a 5.
She also got a 5.
Okay.
All right, so she sees you coming, and she tucks her wings in and rolls to the side, and smashing the arena chairs or stands or whatever is set up here, and then pops back out as she's avoided your attack, and she's going to, almost like in this coughing way, she's going to breathe acid at you.
Okay.
All right, that's a 9.
I got a 4.
Okay. I mean, this is something that the chalice could absorb, so you're still kind of actively using the chalice. You can use that with your boosted will to defend if you...
Okay. Then yeah, I would definitely try to do that. And that would be 6 total.
Yeah, then you would take 3 points of physical stress as this cloud of acid, a lot of it is absorbed in, but some of it still hits you, and you can feel it starting to eat away at your scales.
Okay.
You're up.
Okay, then I think I'm going to use the chalice and channel some energy, and just a blast of force and energy at her.
Okay. Yeah, you can keep using that +4. That's at least for now kind of you channeled so much power through the chalice that you feel like your kind of master of the chalice aspect has almost activated, and you feel like you understand it and are using it more fully than you ever have.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of what I was thinking. So garbage though. It's a 6.
All right, she got a 4.
Okay.
I don't know if you have ever physically fought Githam before, but you would know just from reputation and history that she's not really a physical combatant. She's brilliant. Whereas Eldarin is not the courageous, Githam is definitely the wise.
Okay, good to know.
She's not going to stand up and fight you one-on-one because she knows she'll lose.
Okay.
But she's going to do something. She's smart.
Sure. Okay.
So, so you channel this blast of energy at her, and she is knocked off of her feet and kind of continues that rolling motion down the side of the arena, and she lands heavily, and then she's going to open up her wings and start to beat them in the sand of this arena.
Okay.
She's going to try to she's going to create an advantage and try to cause an obstructing cloud around her. Yeah, so she succeeds. She's going to create an aspect of obstructing cloud, and she vanishes from your view.
Okay.
You're up.
I think I want to try to utilize what I did earlier with the wind gust and kind of like create a wind gust directed at her to both potentially clear this cloud and then put her in a pinned position of it like just all focusing on her.
All right.
Ooh, look at that roll.
Hey, there
Finally.
you go.
So that's 11.
All right. So she got a 4. She's not even. She's gonna use her, free invoke from obstructing cloud to make that a 6. But yeah, I mean, there's no. Even a reroll wouldn't help her. So your wind slams through this cloud and scatters it, and I mean, she is just flattened. She's gonna take a little bit of damage, although I don't think that was really the point of what you were trying to do.
No,
but
I was trying to create an advantage for that, kind of clear what she's doing.
Yeah, you succeeded so heavily that I am going to give her some damage.
Okay.
Or, physical stress.
Yep.
But yeah, so you create this aspect of pinned.
Okay.
I think because of how well you rolled and, having this aspect of pinned, there's really nothing that she can do, so you're up again.
Okay, going to take advantage of this one moment, fly in, and I'm going to try to just land with like all of my weight focused down like on the back of her neck. I'm like kind of flying up into the wind and having it direct me and just like force me down into her that way.
All right.
It's 8 total.
Okay. She got a 2. All right, so you land on her, and as you do, she shrinks down and drops into a humanoid form, into the one that you've interacted with a couple of times, and she just looks up at you, scared, and then she looks over your shoulder and she screams out, "Eldarin, help me!" And Eldarin, who has flown, is going to fly in at your back.
Okay.
He's going to make an attack against you.
Okay. It's a 4.
You got a 6.
Okay.
So that's 2 shifts of physical stress, and he is going to essentially just slam himself into you and try to knock you off of her.
Okay. Yeah, that was my last physical stress box.
Okay.
Yep.
You're up.
Okay. Shoot. I'm gonna try just to let out like another blast of energy from the chalice in this direction.
Okay.
It's a 7.
All right, you got a 5. So as he slams into you, you probably are kind of spinning and land on your back and fire this blast of energy up at him that knocks him into the air. And he just continues his momentum right over you, right over the heads of everyone, and into the portal.
Oh, what the heck? Okay.
As he flies through this portal, you hear over the sounds of combat almost this like pained scream from Amp, and as he's trying to close this portal and someone just tore through it. And yeah, so Githam is up. She turns back into a dragon and she's going to follow Eldarin.
These two, okay.
So before she gets there, you are going to have a turn though.
Okay. I'm going to try to shoot out again with just this energy blast at her back.
Okay.
As she's flying towards the portal.
All right.
It's a 7 total.
Yeah, she got a 5. So you slam this energy into her back, and you see her go limp in the air, but her momentum and the energy slams her through this portal.
Okay. kind of grunt, just like, ugh. And I'm gonna flap up and fly towards the portal to chase him. I kind of look at Amp like, you got this, right?
As you say that, everything shakes again, and you feel almost a draining sensation from the chalice. Pretty sure Yindra just did something. And then this massive column of light once again lights up the sky, and you feel her approaching.
Am I up?
Yeah? You gonna go through the portal, or are you gonna stay here to face Mom?
I'm not facing Yindra. I'm gonna fly through this portal to deal with these two. Plus, I want to make sure that whatever threat lies beyond is dealt with, and I also can hopefully learn about it.
Alright, so you have dealt with Heartfang, you dealt with Ladia, you destroyed Heartfang's army. Hypothetically, Yindra cleaned up your mess. The troops here have effectively either been beaten or scattered, and Amp, is kind of focusing on this portal. You've pretty much achieved every goal you had here, but those two dragons did get away.
Mm-hmm.
So you fly into the portal after them, and that's the end of season 2.
Phew! Oh man, what a ride!
What did you do?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. Like you experience when it's just you. It's stressful.
No, I totally get it.
Oh.
That was amazing.
Oh man. Where did I go?
You'll find out.
Okay.
You'll find out in an epilogue that we will record.
Sounds good. Well, thanks to everybody who stuck with us in this really crazy fun story. I had a blast going through this cycle, I guess it's still continuing,
Yeah.
of Verboden's life, and we're curious to see what lies beyond.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking with us. I think this season was dramatically different in tone and in what we accomplished from season 1, but I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see what lies on the other end of the portal for season 3. So, Verboden, you leapt through this portal after Eldarin, and immediately you find your surroundings shift, and you tumble out of this portal into what appears to be a red stone room. It's fairly large, and there's this large beam of energy pouring up from the floor out of the ceiling into the sky, and you tumble out of this portal that's positioned in the middle of this beam of energy. You feel yourself kind of tumble for a moment as you land on the ground and try to get your bearings, and you see a large doorway on one side that appears to lead out into open, into outside, and there are people kind of scattered around. It looks like probably Eldarin just barreled through it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, do I see Eldarin?
No.
Probably go through that door then.
Okay. You rush through this door. These, what look to be guards, have just been thrown aside. You rush outside and look around, and you can see Eldarin flying to the north.
Oh, I'm gonna fly him down.
Okay. Yeah, you start chasing him, and you see this tower behind you. Looks to be large, made of red stone, and it's probably 80 feet high, and just this large column of energy pouring out of it into the sky. No idea where you are. Your surroundings look vaguely familiar, but there's no arena, there's no, camp here. The things that you saw before you dove into the portal, you're not sure where you are, but your target is right there, and you continue chasing Eldarin. You fly for about an hour chasing him. He is not as fast as you, but he had a head start on you. So you're catching up to him, but not as fast as you would like. And eventually he arrows his way down, and you lose him in some trees.
Okay, well, I will fly down then into the trees, and I'm assuming if it's thick trees, I would need to transform back into an orc.
You don't necessarily need to. You see him kind of fly down into what looks to be some sort of a clearing.
Okay.
But then you lose sight of him because of the trees.
Okay, so if I fly into the clearing, I'm now trying to look around to see where he went.
Yeah, you can't see him, but you do see a group of what looks to be 6 figures next to and around one figure that's on the ground. One of them has a sword that is about to kill this figure on the ground.
Okay, I will kind of roar at these guys.
Okay, yeah, you land and just roar at them. Not sure what's going on, but protecting a 1 versus 6, and these figures scatter, they run. And then the figure on the ground shouts a warning, and you turn and see Eldarin in the trees about to leap down on you.
Okay, I'll turn and rush quickly towards him.
Okay, yeah, he was about to leap down on you, but as you turn, he kind of tries to crawl his way back into the trees. But yeah, go ahead and make an attack against him.
Okay. That's a 6 total.
Okay, you got a 2.
Okay.
So you jump up, you rip him down out of these trees, and just kind of climb on top of his back. What are you doing?
I just go for his neck and just try to break his back.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and get one more roll. He's trying to fight you off, but you really have him pretty well pinned. So go ahead and make your attack against him.
That is a 6 again.
Yeah, that definitely does it. So you reach down and you just break his neck.
Okay.
Tired of him getting away.
Yeah. No more Eldarin.
Yeah. So you look over and this figure is on the ground, kind of scooting away from you. Looks to be a little bit of an older human man.
Okay. I'll approach him and kind of just see what's going on with him.
Okay. You walk over, his leg is broken, and you walk over, and we're going to go ahead and end it there.
Okay.
All right, thank you for listening to Season 2. We had a blast playing through Season 2, and we're excited to get into Season 3 with this little teaser epilogue. We also wanted to put a thank you out there. We got a Patreon subscriber, so thank you, Timemonger.
Yeah, I appreciate you joining us, and your support. Like we said before, it really what helps us continue to do what we're doing. It's a big time commitment, so we appreciate your support, and also our people on Discord that like to discuss things. If you like that type of thing and want to come talk about Tales of the Forsaken, or even just tabletop role-playing games in general, or other stuff, we're glad to have you.